Hello everyone, I'm Yuki from the Graduate Institute of Linguistics in National Taiwan University, and the topic of today's presentation is focus construction in Budai Rukai. This is the outline of my presentation today. The whole presentation is mainly about focus construction in Budai Rukai. Focus construction is often used to express a greater emphasis. The following two examples are two common kinds of focus construction in English. A is the clave structure and B is the pseudoclave. Both of them take a copular verb with them, and copular construction is said to be used to form focus construction in many languages. Let's briefly introduce the mainly used language in the presentation today. Rukai language is one of the Formosan languages spoken in Southern Taiwan. This picture shows the distribution of Formosan languages in Taiwan, and Rukai is in the yellow area. There are 6 dialects found in this language, and Budai Rukai is spoken in Wutai Township, located in the area with red circle. Most of the data used in this presentation were collected from the informant Lagana during 2020 and 2021. And then we are entering our topic today, focus construction in Austronesian language. It is said that in many Austronesian languages, claves are copular construction with the metric predicate and the headless relative. Let's see the clave structure in Malagasy. This sentence means it was Sohondra who cut the tree. The person named Sohondra in the green part is the focus element, and it serves as the metric predicate in the structure. As for the blue part, it is the headless relative with a nominal marker no in the front, and the whole nominalized relative clause serve as the subject of the structure. According to the meaning of the sentence, the green predicate is equational to the blue nominalized relative. Therefore, we also call this kind of focus construction as equational construction, which is more like pseudoclaves rather than clave structure. Similar structure is found in Budai Rukai. Green part is the focus element, and the remaining sentence is a headless relative, also with the nominal marker ga in the front. Keenan in 1972 claimed that in most Western Austronesian languages, only subjects and certain obliques may be focused. Later, Poe in 2000 said that to focus an internal argument, passive is used. He provides an example in Malagasy. If you want to focus the internal argument, the tree, the passive voice rather than active voice should be used in the headless relative clause. The same situation can be seen in Budai Rukai. Sentence A is the original indicative sentence. If we want to focus the agent gui, then the active voice wa should be used in the headless relative clause. However, if we want to focus the internal argument muni, the active voice wa is forbidden in the headless relative. Instead, passive voice gya is allowed. Moreover, the verb in the relative clause can also be in the nominalized bare form followed by the genitive agent gui. Eldridge in 2013 stated that WH questions frequently take the form of the clefs in a great many Austronesian languages. Here we want to test if this is also sure in Budai Rukai. In Chen's 2013 paper, 3 types of WH words are found in Budai Rukai, which includes nominal, adverbial, and verbal kind. Among these 3, only nominal kind can be in focus construction. In sentence A, an is a WH question word, means who, and it is in the focused position to form the WH question sentence. Interestingly, the answer to this question is also formed in the focus construction. And in the sentence A, mana is another WH question word and also utilize focus construction to form the question and answer. And here, Bia is also in a familiar situation. However, if the WH question is not nominal kind, but adverbial kind, such as inu, which means where in English, then there is a certain precision for it, instead of the sentence initial position in focus construction. So here, inu should follow the verb will go. Like in sentence B and C, if we try to put it in a focus position, the sentence will be bad, and also the answer to this kind of question cannot be in a focus construction. Next part, we are going to discuss about the focus marker between the focus element and the headless relative. In post 2000's paper, he claimed that the clef marker is a relative marker or another nominal marker. In Budai Rukai, there is more than one choice for this position. All of them are determiners in most situations. The upper 3 means this, and the following 4 means that, literally. Although all of them can be seen in this position, but every of them implies different distances between the speaker and the focus element. For example, the upper ones, such as gai and ga, imply that the distance between the speaker and the focus element is closer, whereas the door ones, such as gu and gudra, imply the far distance between the speaker and the focus element. In addition, the lowest 2 also express that the focus element is out of the sight of the speaker. Here we apply the coordination test to check the properties of the headless relative. In Budai Rukai, there are 3 prominent coordinators, Sila, La, and Si. Sila and La conjuncts only VP, while Si conjuncts only NP. First, we found that Si can use to conjunct 2 headless relative clauses in a focus construction, but La and Sila can only be used to coordinate 2 verbs within a relative clause instead of coordinating 2 relative clauses. Thus, we can come to a conclusion that the headless relative clause contains more nominal property than verbal property. A clause or focus construction is said to express an exhaustive reading. Poe in 2000 found that the words that means also cannot be with the focus construction. Therefore, in Malagasy, the word goa in focus construction makes the sentence bad. However, the word miali, which means also, doesn't make focus construction bad in Budai Rukai. This is interesting, and more tests should be done to see why focus construction in Budai Rukai has this difference from other Austronesian languages. In the very end, we want to provide the focus construction with amani in comparison with the equational construction we have discussed above, the informant prefers another focus construction with the copular word amani. Amani can be seen between the focused elements and the relative clause, like the data in sentence A, serving to connect these two nominal particles. Amani is also movable and precedes the focused element without the change of meaning. We also see the personal pronoun can be collected on amani so that it must take the property of the verb. Considering the data we have collected so far, the equational structure for focus construction is also seen in Budai Rukai, just as what we've seen in other Austronesian languages in previous researches. In the focus construction in Budai Rukai, an NP is more likely to be focused. If an agent is focused, the verb in the following relative clause should be in active voice. On the other hand, if an internal argument is focused, then passive voice is expressed on the verb. Or the verb can also be in non-finite spare form and agent becomes a genitive case. Also, the NP-WH question is required to be in the form of equational construction, while the non-NP-WH question and its corresponding answer are not allowed to be in such structure. As for focus marker amid the focus construction, it can be replaced by determinus, which implies different distances between the focus elements and the speaker. However, the semantic restriction is not seen. The adverse merely, which means also, is allowed to be with the focus elements. But why focus construction in Budai Rukai doesn't entail an exhaustive reading requires more tests. Apart from the common equational focus construction, we find out another focus construction with the copular verb amani. This presentation has a very rough observation on the focus construction in Budai Rukai. More data and tests are needed in the future for clear pictures on it.